So you wanna be a picture book writer, then you gotta write picture books. And you're gonna need a bucket load of bright ideas for titles, plots, and hooks. If you're partial to prose or you're raring to rhyme, then repeat after me. It's a challenge, but I'm gonna tackle each story 1 month at a time with 12 by 12.
What am I doing here? I firmly believe that the best way to protect our craft and the immeasurable value of human-created art is to stay informed about AI. What it is, how it works, how it's used, and how we should engage with it as creators. My goal today is to have you walk away feeling informed, empowered, and confident in the importance of your irreplaceable work. We'll start with some definitions of artificial intelligence and the generative AI tools that have been making waves these past few years. The way I describe AI on this slide is inspired by a podcast interview that I listened to from Yuval Noah Harari, the author of the nonfiction works Sapiens and Nexus. I'm going to share a link to the podcast in a resources PDF that I created for when the replay goes out. And I highly recommend listening to it as an impressive overview of AI at large and the broader potential impact. In a nutshell, artificial intelligence is a computer system that can learn, solve problems, make decisions, and adapt on its own. On its own is the key part there. Humans created it initially through computer engineering and model training, but we built it with the ability to learn and adapt independently. Since it can adapt, it is unpredictable and uncontrollable by definition. We can control the inputs, what we ask of AI, but we can't control its outputs. If a human can predict what an AI can do, it's not AI. It's simply an automated machine, like air conditioning that turns on automatically when your house gets to a certain temperature. AI is inorganic creation. Unlike humans and other animals which create organically, Harari defines AI as alien intelligence, in that it's unlike any other intelligence we've known on Earth. Now, there are many types of AI, but the category that we're focusing on today is a category called generative AI, which is artificial intelligence built to generate content, whether that's written content, audio content, or visual content. And within generative AI, we're specifically looking at large language models, LLMs, which are designed to understand and generate human language. In other words, the AI that has been built and trained to write text content. But most of the leading LLMs are what's called multimodal, which means that they can do more than just write content. They can also, for example, understand human language to generate images, or to generate code to build software. The fact that they are multimodal is what makes them capable of not only writing stories, but also illustrating them. And I'm using air quotes just to make sure everybody's seeing that on their screens. All right, going one level deeper beyond LLMs, the programs that we use to interact with LLMs are called chatbots. An example of a chatbot is ChatGPT, one of the most famous AI applications. So to recap, a chatbot, or an AI chatbot, is an application built on top of an LLM, which is a generative AI model, which is a category of AI. In other words, our common nemesis, if you want to call it that, in the world of AI is the AI chatbot. So let's get to know them a little bit better. These are the leading chatbots, all running on LLMs. You've probably encountered some or all of these out in the wild. ChatGPT is the leader, created by the company called OpenAI. Gemini is Google's chatbot. Perplexity is gaining dominance as a search tool. Each of these have been built to do a wide variety of things, and they each have their strengths. I sourced this table from a website called chatmatrix.live, which ranks the chatbots across different categories to help people find the best tool for their use case. Here's what you can do today. So step 1, insofar as you can, turn off training on your data in your apps. The one that you might be most surprised to learn about is the training that is turned on by default in Microsoft Word. When Microsoft rolled out its Copilot chatbot and capabilities in its Word and PowerPoint and all those, it automatically set it as enabled, which may mean that it can train on your data in your Word documents. It's easy to turn off, but it's very frustrating that we have to do that at all. In the resources PDF, I've got links to tips and also like just step-by-step guide on how you can turn that off right away, along with turning off training in Adobe, Apple devices, Google, and social apps. Step 2, you can block AI models from scraping your website for training data by using what's called a robot.txt. This is basically some code that you can add to your website to kick the AI data scrapers out. Different website platforms handle this differently, so I've got several links in the resources PDF about that. Number 3, you can find a bill in your state and advocate for it. Raise your hand in the chat if you've signed a petition or written to your representatives this year in defense of kids' books. Like when I started writing books for kids 20 odd years ago, I never expected it to become so political, but here we are. Number 4, you can add your name to the statement on AI training. This is a very simple statement signed by tens of thousands of creators the world over, standing up against AI models training on our creative works. You can find a few names of the creators who have signed the statement in the screenshot. You can see we are not alone. Number 5, you can send a letter to AI companies stating that they cannot use your work as training data. This might sound like a small and futile act, but it actually could prove critical in the future as evidence of your having opted out of AI training should you find yourself in a lawsuit over the misuse of your work. And lastly, this is something I discovered as I was researching for this presentation. You can create a Created by Humans account. Created by Humans is a company that manages AI rights licensing for authors. Basically, they make it easy for you to claim your published works and state whether or not they are available to be licensed by AI companies for training. If you say yes, AI companies can license your work and you get paid royalties. If you say no, AI companies will know that you're against it. What I love about it is that it offers a system through which what I love about it is that it gives us back control. It also offers a system through which authors can be paid by AI companies if they so wish to be paid. So my recommendation is consult with your agent about this because it is a licensing and rights issue, but you can hop right in there in minutes, create a free account, claim your published works, and say no thank you to AI licensing.
Do it together so never you fear. It's a handy little way to help you kick into gear. You're amazing, exciting, look out, 'cause you're writing 12 by 12.
12 manuscripts.
12 by 12.
12 picture books.
12 by 12